Morning, my people. What's good, Brooklyn? It's your boy Chris, aka the Green Eyes Bandit, coming at you live on BFTV. Happy Veterans Day to all our heroes serving and serving no more. Today, we're gonna dive back into Saturday night's fireworks. Jaron Boots Ennis performance got folks talking, and I'm here to give you the real deal. Was Boots' win over Karen Chuck impressive or underwhelming? Is he overrated or still the future of boxing? Let's break it down, peoples. And don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell. So guys, so I've been watching a few contents on Saturday Night Fights, and a lot of people feel like Jaron didn't perform to his highest level. He didn't look too good. He got hit a lot, right? Well, you know, I wanted to watch a little bit more of Jaron. I did go back and rewatch the fight against Karen. I watched both fights, the first fight and then the second fight, right? To see what is it, what was it, what was the issue? Why is Jaron having a little bit of issue with Karen? Well, the reason he's having issues with Karen is because, well, Karen is good. Karen could fight. He has experience. I almost say she, man, because Karen, but anyway, Karen, he has experience. This guy has a big amateur background also on himself, okay? And I'm gonna say this: if you guys go and look at Jaron Boots Ennis' boxing record, and I'm not minimizing, it's not to knock his record, it's not to minimize his skills, it's not to minimize anything that he's accomplished, okay? This is boxing, this is how you do this business, okay? So he's been, you know, he's been carried well, all right? He's been matched up well, okay, to look good, okay? So let's look at Jaron Boots, let's look at some of the names that he has on his record, all right? Let's start with Bakhtiyar Uba, who he fought. Okay, over here doesn't show the year, but if you remember, that was a little short, stocky guy, who was like a bulldog, came straight ahead, and man, Jaron Boots was catching him with some bombs, some uppercuts, and towards the later rounds, knocked him out. Right? Good win for Jaron. It was supposed to be a tough fight. It wasn't much of a tough fight. It was more of a target practice for Jaron, but again, he did what he was supposed to do. Okay, he performed well against that guy. Right? Then he went to up against veteran Juan Carlos Abreu. Juan Carlos Abreu is a tough Mexican veteran who normally, I feel, comes into the fight playing his role correctly. I think he always fights to the level of, let me do a little bit, but not enough to win, okay? So I think they pay him a little bit under the table sometimes. You know what I mean? Maybe not, but you know what I mean, okay? That's the way he fights a lot of times. So, but once again, good fight. You know, he took Jaron the distance, all right? Then he went up and fought Chris Van Heerden, okay? I remember Chris Van Heerden fighting Errol Spence Jr. Got destroyed, okay? Once again, a guy that is not on that talent level like Jaron Ennis either, and Jaron Ennis took care of him also, okay? That one actually ended up being a no contest. Then he went up to fight Sergey Lepnis. Sergey was moving up to 147, which he's really not. He was really a 140. And that's where Jaron made a little bit of noise because of the way he destroyed Sergey Lepnis. But again, Sergey was actually the smarter fighter, and I think he was coming off a little bit of a layoff also, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look that up a little bit, okay? And then again, you got guys like Thomas DeLorme. I don't got to say, you know what I mean? This guy is already on his way down, can't take a punch. That's when he fought Karen. All right, I'll skip over Karen and we'll go to Roman Vija and then David Avinisa. Right, two tough opponents, but once again, not on that talent level, not on that skill level. Two fighters that just come straight ahead. So Jaron, with his athleticism and his skills, is gonna outbox these guys because he got good footwork. He could outbox you outside. He could box you inside. You know, he could fight you orthodox. He could fight you southpaw. Right? So, Karen, who has a good amateur background, good experience, excellent footwork, because he definitely displayed that in both fights, the first and the second. He knew how to avoid these fights. going on, brother? And sorry guys, that threw me off. That was my boy there. But yeah, and Karen is an excellent boxer. So okay, so I'm pretty sure this was a little bit of the game plan, right? Jaron Boots Ennis and his father, his team, they said we got to come back and do better in this rematch. They wanted to, most likely this time, they wanted to get the knockout. They wanted to look spectacular like he's done in the past. The first fight, he didn't look spectacular, right? But guys, we got to remember, this is boxing, and Karen Chuck is also a good fighter with good experience, with a good team. He's going to do his homework also. He wants to do better than he did in the first fight. So he trained to do better in that second fight, and he did. In the second fight, he threw more punches. He landed some solid punches against Jaron, right? And Jaron, unfortunately, sometimes a lot of those pivoting, a lot of those movements, he drops his hands. Sometimes he lands right back in front of you and gets hit. Okay, that's just boxing. That happens to athletic fighters also. So I'm not gonna be critical of Jaron in this fight. I'm just gonna say he fought a good, skillful fighter, and that's why it looked the way it looked. I'm not gonna say it didn't look good. He looked good, and so did Karen. It's boxing. You know what I mean? We're not gonna avoid every punch. We're not gonna block every punch. There's certain fights that are tactical, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. That's boxing. That's why we love it, okay? And these guys did their homework. They both came back better and gave us a good fight, all right? So kudos to both fighters. Props to both fighters. Congratulations to Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm ready to see him move up to 154 and take some of the likes of Sebastian Fundora, Baccarat, who just knocked out Tim Tszyu, or even Tim Tszyu, Virgil Ortiz Jr. The 154-pound division is stacked. So that's where we're really gonna see Jaron get tested. That's a sure thing. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna dominate guys in that division the way he was dominating here at 147. Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna get that Terence Crawford fight, because Terence Crawford already said that if he doesn't get the Canelo Alvarez fight, most likely he's gonna retire. Although I think that's just that's just a little what do you call it? A little business scheme in order to get the fight sometimes, right? I think Terence Crawford will fight afterwards. Now, if they could make that fight, excellent. I would love to see that fight. That'll definitely be a good fight, but I don't think it's gonna happen right now. So, till then, let's just wait and see what they do with Jaron. I would love to see Jaron with Virgil Ortiz Jr. That's something that's been warming up for a long time. However, there's also Serhiy Bokachuk that lost to Virgil Ortiz Jr. I wouldn't be surprised to see that fight next for Jaron Boots Ennis when he pros debuts at 154. All right, guys, but listen, that's it for now. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. To my daughter who's a Marine, I love you, mama. Happy Veterans Day. And yeah, God bless y'all, man. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.